Hello, 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 everybody, and welcome to tonight's first episode of a very special campaign where me and 6 of my friends will be sitting around online due to time and space to play some wonderful, wonderful TTRPGs. I am your lovely DM, Shelby, as well as I am joined by Zoop, Zephyr, Tancha, Ice, IBU, and Blue. Unfortunately, we are going to be down Blue, our paladin, today, but everyone else is going to be here. We are still working on getting art for this campaign. That is why I have the boxes where they are currently, just so that way everyone can sort of start to get an idea of voices and all of that good jazz. But would everyone like to go ahead and meet our players?
Yes.
Hello, players.
Hello.
Whoa.
Hi.
I have just done our introduction, as I will do Defend every single time. But, Zoop, can we get to know a little bit about you? Of course. Zoop, can we get to know a little bit about you?
Like me personally or my character?
Either or. And then everyone else can follow suit. You're also going to be doing a character introduction in the game, so I guess yourself.
Hi, I'm Zoop. I like to read, play video games, and draw. I'm not great at the last one. I think that's it.
Can we get a pronouns check as well?
My pronouns are they, them. Or, sorry, he, they.
This is post-production, Shelby. I just want to let everyone know, I do realize that the pronouns underneath Zoop is wrong. IBUs are also wrong. I will get those fixed later into the recording, but for right now, they are going to be messed up. Thanks. Okay. Zephyr?
Hello, I am Zephyr. I do like to play. I play a lot of video games. Let's be real. I play D&D a lot, and yeah, I also like to draw. And my pronouns are they, them.
I did forget to mention to everyone that Zephyr is actually the person that will be doing all of the character art for this game. We do have theirs already. We do have their art for their character, but unfortunately the rest of us don't have our art yet. But we'll be getting that soon.
Yes, I will start working out tonight.
Tancha, can we get to know a little bit about you?
I've been playing D&D for 20 years at this point. I started when it on some of the much earlier editions. 5e is one of the easiest to get into, simply put, and my Steam library has over 700 games in it, so games.
Heck yeah.
Holy shit. Ice?
Hi, I'm Ithrotor, but you guys can just call me Ith. I'm a lonely loser who doesn't have enough friends. I curse like a sailor, and I love role playing and doing fun voices for my characters, and also video games.
And lastly, IBU. Can we get to know a little bit about you?
Hell yeah, I'm IBU, he, him. I'm a big writer, reader, general nerd person. I'm pretty new to D&D, but I have a lot of spunk, a lot of creative energy. I'm excited to play.
Oh, I forgot to mention my pronouns are he, him.
And IBU. Your pronouns, please.
He, him. I think I said it when I said my name.
You probably did, and I am just losing my mind.
Here, I'll say it one more time just to make it clear. He, him.
And then, like I said, Blue is our paladin. They go by they, them. That being said, is everyone ready to get into tonight's episode?
Yep.
Yeah.
Heck yeah. Woo!
Okay.
My body is ready.
To set the scene a little bit, today is the first day of 5 of Winterfest. a wonderful festival held in Itagend, the city that you are all currently in, one of the largest cities in Cryel, the country that you are currently in. A time for friends to hang out and just to not have to worry about the stressful times, and for people to just generally be decent human beings. Think your typical Christmas, but with a little less like gift giving and a little bit more just jovial spirits. Whether
So a
you
day
have
when everyone can be a halfling.
exactly, whether you have been in Itagend for a while or are here recently, this is one of the biggest events that Cryel has of the year, and it is traveled far and wide across the country for people to come enjoy. So, Zoop, would you please introduce your character and what you would be doing at this point?
Alright. My character's name is Voxel. He is a human fighter. He has this somewhat long, light purple hair tied into a bun with a blue bands. He has nice blue eyes, and he has two facial markings, or technically four, but four facial markings, two on each eye, with one being a pink like curve that goes up and a blue curve that goes down. He'd probably be in a tavern celebrating.
Okay. So, Voxel, you are in this tavern. It's very loud, very raucous in here. You can see as the barkeep herself there's like a visible bead of sweat to her brow. She's consistently like wiping her forehead, pouring drinks, doing all of this stuff, and she's got a couple other people helping her, but it is extremely busy in here. And every now and again, you can hear a sort of eruption of laughter or frustration. And whenever you hear those frustrated laughs, you can hear as well from the barkeep, "Oh, pipe down! Don't start breaking my tables! I'm gonna have to charge you for it!" Would you be doing anything, drinking anything in this tavern?
Probably drinking tea if they have it.
Drinking tea.
Or some hot drink, as it's a cold environment.
Okay. Yeah, so the warm drinks around are going to be your traditional like ciders, bitter and sweet, your teas, hot chocolate, anything of the sort. Would you be sitting? Where would you be sitting in the tavern?
I'd be sitting at a table, like not too far from the bar, but not in the corner. Yeah, like not next to the bar, but not in the corner either.
Got it. So you're sort of midway between the wall and the bar.
Yeah.
Cool. Zephyr,
Yes.
as the camera shifts, would you like to tell us a little bit about your character?
Well, my character is Cassidy. It's Cassidy or Cass Whitequill. She is a small kender. She's probably stands about 2'8". She's very small. She's got bright red hair, blue eyes, and freckled skin, and she's wearing kind of like like a scale mail kind of thing with like a big blue scarf that kind of goes into like a little half cape kind of deal. And she's got a amulet with the symbol of Aor around her neck. And I'd say she's probably just taking in the sights and just so excited, because this is her first time out. She was raised in a church, and she just got into her wanderlusting years. So she's got to go out and travel and see the world.
So, Cass, or Cassidy, as you are sort of wandering around, you can see some of the various stalls that have been set up, the preparations that have been made, a long strip of tents with all sorts of things, sellers or vendors for food, or they're people playing card games at some of these tables. Anything you can imagine is sprawled out in front of you. And then a little bit off to your right, you notice as a large sort of plot of land has been cleared out. The snow has sort of been shoveled away just a bit to make a square that is loosely sort of has the guidelines drawn out, and you're aware that that is going to be a camping grounds for anyone that does not want to or cannot afford to stay in the inn. The several inns, I should say, that are in Itagend. Is there
Alright.
anything specific you would be looking for or doing?
I think I'd probably be investigating the food. Seems very interesting. So, any kind of festival food like fried dough or like candied fruit or something. And if I found I'd buy some for myself, but also I'd probably get just like a little bag of candies and maybe wander over, see if there's any kids in that tent area.
Yeah. So oh wait, when I opened the wrong notes. You are sort of walking around and can see this tent. You can hear a woman's voice calling out. She seems to be running the tent alone. And upon further inspection, you see a turtle woman who is standing there, sort of selling goods. You can see now in front of her this glass case with all sorts of pastries and these vibrant colors that, to your traditionally religious eye, almost remind you of a stained glass window.
That's so nice. I'd definitely go look at those. That sounds amazing.
Oh, hi dear. Can I help you with something?
Oh, yes. I was just looking at these lovely pastries you have. Did you make them yourself?
Why, yes, I did at my pastry shop.
That's so nice. Are you selling just by the piece, or could I get like a bunch of them?
I mean, you're more than welcome to get a bunch of them.
I'd like, let me just get like a half dozen.
Alright, that's probably gonna run you about 7 silver.
All right, I think I can swing that. I think. Let me check my character sheet, see if I can swing that.
You should be able to. You should have started with starting gold.
I don't have any on there. But yes.
We'll say that you can swing it and we will get your starting gold in a second.
Alright, so I will give her the gold, and I'll pop one in my mouth right away just because it sounds so delicious. And if it is delightful, then I might search around to see if I can find anybody who might like to share with me.
What color did you just put in your mouth?
What are my options?
All the colors.
Okay, well, I'm gonna go with, let's see. Let's see if there was like a pink or reddish one.
Yeah, so you see this sort of marbled white and red that blends into pink where the marbling happens. And it's this no bigger than an inch thick piece of candy that, when you put it in your mouth, tastes distinctly of like strawberries and cream and watermelon and just like a lot of fruity flavors. It's not overly sweet, but it's definitely like enjoyable.
Awesome. So probably like my hand will probably go straight to my mouth and be like, oh my lord! And I'll just like thumbs up and just be like, these are great! Oh my god, thank you!
Why, thank you, dear. There's always more at my bakery. It's just going to be down the road, and it's going to be the second shop on your right.
Oh, absolutely. I will keep that in mind. What was the name of the bakery?
It's gonna be uh, Mimics Desserts.
Mimics Desserts?
It's because we mimic the flavors of the food that we put in our desserts.
Oh, that's so clever. Thank you. I will keep that in mind. And I'm just gonna like wander around a little bit more, but I'll definitely come back for these.
Alrighty, dear. Have a wonderful day.
Oh, you as well. Thank you.
And once again, the camera is going to shift. And Tansha, can you please tell me a little bit about your character and what your character would be doing?
Well, Rex stands at about 5 feet 9 inches tall, give or take. It's kind of hard to tell because he's constantly moving. At this moment in time, he seems to be wearing a black and red trench coat sort of thing that every so often, when he takes a step, you would hear the jingle of the chain that's layered on the inside for his protection. At this point in time, he's currently working, running various supplies between the various stands and shops and taverns, because even though this is a time of celebration, people still need their supplies delivered, and at the moment he would most likely be carrying probably 2 or 3 medium to large boxes in front of him, and one hoisted up on his shoulders. He's moving through the streets.
Yeah. So, as you're carrying these boxes, you are sort of you're moving so many things and you're moving so quickly that you're trying to get your job done faster. You are constantly dodging and weaving out of the way of other like people that are around. And at one point, someone is like not paying attention and almost runs into you, and you're able to just swerve out of the way right before it happens. Is there anything in particular you would be delivering?
At this point in time, it would be a variation of some of the alcohols that are consistently being ordered. Just moving a couple of crates of those. The thing to note about the way that he would be moving is he's being especially protective of the box that he is carrying on his shoulder. While he doesn't know the contents of the box, it is part of the reason why he is moving as quickly as he is.
Alright.
Having been tasked with delivering it to a specified location.
Yeah. As you enter the tavern there's only one in town. It's the big one. Everyone knows about this tavern. Everyone goes to this tavern. But as you enter, you hear the barkeep from behind the bar. Oh, thank goodness. I've been waiting on that shipment. Rex, could you just drop it behind the bar, please? And I'll get you your money in just a second. As she sort of runs off to go break up another sort of like arm wrestling match that seems to have gotten too heated, and now she's worried about breaking one of her tables.
Rex would head over behind the counter. He would set down the 2 crates of the alcohol, and then he would look in the direction that she had gone, and he would just very, very simply go, "There's no need to worry about the payment for now. I'll pick it up tomorrow when I make the extra deliveries."
Okay. And she sort of just like waves her hand, and then you can hear her go back to just like, you two need to stop or I'm gonna have to throw you out of my bar. And as you set down those crates, once again, the camera is going to shift to Ice. Could you please explain to me what your character would be doing and a little bit about your character?
All right. So, just to set the scene a little, for drama's sake, uh, um, one of the vendors selling little bits of fried meat outside. The wind picks up a bit, and so he ducks into an alley beside the tavern, waiting for it to die down. But as he does, he smells one of the most foul aromas he has ever smelled in his life. It nearly wants to make him retch. And as he looks around, he hears yeah. And soon enough, he sees an odd little kobold, an albino kobold with his scaly skin almost bright white and covered in scars. The kobold is a little hunched over. He wears a long coat with sort of tufts of white fur and a thick leather apron underneath. Along his belt are strung numerous glowing potion bottles, and on his back is this massive, strange metal contraption that looks like a mix between like a boiler, a barrel, and a set of alchemical equipment. In front of him, and the merchant quickly deduces the source of the smell. The smell is an iron pot boiling over a small fire made from the rubbish found in this alleyway. And Fizzlecrick is stirring in the pot and melting down a couple of sugar candies he got off the merchants, an apple from the tavern, the leg of a chicken, and a half-decayed rat from the alley, and he is just stirring them all together in God knows what as a liquid, and he is cackling the whole time as he stirs and mixes away, make that.
Okay. And as you're sort of mixing this pot with your maniacal laughter, preparing whatever you might be, you hear a voice from behind you, and it's that of a gruff sort of man saying, "Oi, what are you doing here?"
I turn around to look at him. What are you doing here, interrupting my experiments?
And am I supposed to know what experiments I'm interrupting?
Of course you aren't. They're very secret, very important. Oh, mix. Oh, soon this shall create the finest acid in the land. Or it will explode, or it will do nothing. But that is for me to see, now isn't it?
Well, you need to not be making acid here. The barkeep might get pretty mad at you.
Well, I'm not inside the bar, am I? I'm outside, here in the air.
And if you burn a hole through the side of a bar?
We'll worry about that when it happens.
As-
I turn back to my pot and ignore him.
Cool. And as you do so, the camera is going to shift one more time. And IBU, would you please explain to me what your character is doing and a little bit about them?
Sure. My character, her name is Myth9. She just goes by 9. She's about like a 5'11" tall tiefling with deep blue skin, like shoulder length, dark purple hair, horns coming out of her forehead that are about like 7 inches long, curved upwards, icy green eyes, a pretty muscular build. Overall, she's kind of almost gives off an intimidating figure if she wasn't so uncomfortable seeming in her own skin. Like, it kind of looks like she got a body that was a size too small for her soul. And so in this city, she's not like the biggest fan of loud noises, but she is one to gravitate towards crowds, and she likes probably like the jovial environment, the kind of like happiness in the streets. So she'd probably look for somewhere that's kind of outside but pretty crowded, where she can just kind of feel like she's one with people.
Yeah, so, I mean, outside with a lot of people, you find, just the general hustle and bustle of the streets. It is extremely busy in Itagend. Most people are doing something at this point in time, preparing something for Winterfest. Is there anywhere specific you would be?
Maybe looking for some sort of spectacle to look at, something nice, something interesting.
There wouldn't be any real spectacle now. You know that later there will be a fireworks show.
Well,
But
she's probably just kind of keeping to herself. Maybe she's just enjoying walking through the crowd, just looking around. Maybe window shopping.
yeah, absolutely. Are you looking
shop?
for anything specific?
Maybe some newer, nicer clothes. The clothes she's wearing now are kind of old and a little bit battered.
Yeah. You find a shop. Well, you actually find a tent, a stall. Most shops at this point in time are closed and are like their doors are closed but are out doing stuff in the streets themselves as their vendors. And you find this stall that has this beautiful like white blouse that's a lightweight fabric and more swishy and comfortable than what you're wearing currently.
She'd absolutely gravitate towards that. She'd walk over. She'd feel the fabric between her fingers.
You see as a very like tall and lithe lizard folk man turns his gaze towards you, and his yellow cat-like eyes look at you and say, "Are we interested in a piece?"
Yes, sir. This is a very, very beautiful blouse. Might I inquire on what it would cost to get it?
This blouse right here is probably going to be 15 gold. Was very finely crafted by yours truly. And he sort of gestures to himself. You can see now as he's wearing this like long, beautiful red velvet trench coat with a matching fedora with a very long like eagle plume feather that is pearly white in his hat that very nicely accents the dark blue scales of his skin, or I guess scales.
She'd probably frown a bit, look back at the blouse. She'd say, that's a little bit out of my price range, sir. I'm sorry. I don't think I can afford that. I do. This is very beautiful, though. You are certainly very talented in your craft.
Why, thank you. I appreciate your eagerness.
Do you have anything cheaper by chance? I don't know if I don't mean to be offensive. I don't know if that's at all rude to say, but just something of good quality that I could possibly afford.
I do have spare traveler's clothes that I make in the time, or just, your regular daily wear. A shirt would probably run you 1 gold, and pants would run you 2.
How much gold would I have? I don't think I ever.
Probably 10.
10. All right. She'd probably 9 would think for a second. She'd say, "I'll take the shirt."
Okay. And he sort of holds his hand out. He flips his hand out almost aristocratically and like holds it, waiting for the money.
She doesn't really react to that kind of arrogance. She just takes a gold piece out of her little pouch and puts it in his hand.
Thank you. And thank you for the compliment about my clothing. I do take pride in my work.
Oh, no problem. I'm a big appreciator of the arts. This is It's truly beautiful.
I appreciate it. And then he will turn around and sort of grab a folded up piece of cloth, and then like drape it or like fluff it out nicely and sort of hold the sleeve up to you, make sure it's got a good sizing and all that, and then he will hand it to you.
She like very happily takes it. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much.
You're very welcome. That should fit properly.
She kind of probably like holds it up against herself just to check.
It fits nicely. You would assume that it fits roughly the same as to what you're wearing now and is less dirty or beaten up.
It's perfect.
Go ahead.
Sorry. No, go. Whoa, sorry.
Well, I was going to move the narrative on. That's why I'm asked. That's
Yeah,
why
go
I'm
ahead. Go
asking
ahead.
first. Would anyone like to do anything else, or should we head to the PM of Winterfest?
I was probably just walking around seeing if I could find anybody who'd like to have this candy. But aside from that,
Oh, you can for sure find someone.
I'm probably giving it to children. Let's be real.
Yeah. Oh, 100%.
Just about the only thing that Rex would be doing is going and dropping off the last remaining package he has on his shoulder.
Yeah.
As Fizzlecrick quickly grows bored of his failed experiment, he pours out the fizzling stinking concoction, puts away the pot, and goes out to find something to eat. Something to eat, because that rat is no good anymore.
Okay. Voxel or Nine, are either of you doing anything before the fireworks?
I probably did a. Would I be able to take the tea that I do buy outside of the tavern, or would it be something you have to keep in?
It would be something you have to keep inside of the tavern unless you ordered like a, traveled mug, but they prefer to keep their cups on hand.
Yeah. I think Voxel would buy like a hot pastry type thing, like a hot fritter or something of the sort to
So you won't
walk
find
around
any.
and
You won't
eat.
find anything in the tavern like that, like a hot fritter, but you will find it at the pastry tent that Cass was previously at.
I'll go there then. And get a hot pastry to snack on while Winterfest is going on.
You encounter the same Scottish turtle, and you can instantly find what you're looking for. Same thing as Cass, you see a mass amalgamation of desserts, pastries, candies, almost sort of like Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, with how much there is if you were to add in pastries as well.
Hello. Do you have any hot pastries for sale?
Oh, I do. Was there anything specific you're looking for, or just a hot pastry?
Preferably something that is fruit-based or has fruit in it, but I'm not picky.
I can do that for you. Is it just the one? Are we looking for a specific size, or is it just the one?
Just something to snack on while I'm walking around.
Okay. And you can see as she sort of bends down, you can hear that groan that old people make when they bend over because shells are heavy. And she reaches into the cabinet, and you can see her sort of moving a couple of things around, and she pulls out this roughly 3.5-inch round pastry that seems to be coated in a thin layer of white icing, and on top of it seemed to be a sort of dark berry.
Thank you. How much will this be?
Oh, I think that's 2 silver.
All right, and I'll hand over 2 silver, and I'll probably just go walk around and while snack on the pastry.
Okay.
Actually, that reminds me. There is one more thing. Chisel Creek wants to check out before the fireworks start. That being the fireworks themselves. He's gonna try and find where they're launched from as soon as he hears of exploding rockets.
You're aware, everyone is aware of where it is being held, like where the grounds are for where they're at, but you would not be aware as to where the fireworks are. Those seem to be kept away from the mass public for now until the actual event starts.
This leaves Chisel Creek very disappointed. So he pours himself a beer from his alchemy jug, satisfies himself with that.
Okay. And with that,
Actually, sorry, I have like an idea for what 9 would do. Would it be fair to say that would the campgrounds be already set up by like throughout the day?
yes,
Or are they set
so
up at night?
they're the campgrounds themselves, you have to like bring your own tent and stuff. It is purely just a sort of loosely marked out plot of land that is,
Got it.
this is where you go if you are not buying an inn.
Got it. Would it be fair to say that 9 could have already like set up a tent for herself?
Oh,
Or
yeah.
already has a spot. Okay, then she would probably have gone back and like, would she have an idea of like the kind of at all security of this place? Like how safe, if she were to leave her stuff here, would it be relatively safe, or would she have to worry about, like thieves and drunk people walking in and taking it?
Make me
Ooh.
a check.
First roll. First
Oh my
roll.
god!
First roll of the campaign.
Did you say what check it was? I don't think I heard you.
I did not. I just said make
Okay.
me a check because I'm trying to think.
Your roll
Uh,
will set the tone for the entire campaign.
Oh god.
No. Sorry.
Sorry.
You would assume that most people are pretty solid about not like this is a pretty happy, jovial time. Not many people are going to be about stealing. If you were a more paranoid person, you might keep it on you just because, but you wouldn't have any reason to suspect anyone would steal right this moment.
Got it. She would probably want to have faith in her like fellow man, so she probably drops off. With her. Could she change? Could she go back to her tent, changed into her new shirt?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
yeah. And then she kind of probably leaves most of her stuff there, except for like her coins and a short sword.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's what she would have done in that time.
Is there anything else? Okay. As everyone does their usual day things, the sun moving from east to west like it always does, and you can see the 4 different moons start to rise.
Wow, 4 moons. You've got my world beat.
You would all be making your way to the fireworks show, as outside of that, most people would just be going to bed, because there's not many things really going on in the city at this point. And you hear you see the first launch of this beautifully intricate golden streak before it explodes into a spiral of red and gold. And this pattern of fireworks and colors and magical shapes continues for roughly an hour. Like, this was meticulously thought out.
During that time, hate to keep sticking on this, but during that time, Fizzlecrick is going to use sort of the trail of the fireworks to see if he can locate where they're being lodged from, so he can at least take a look at them.
You can find them, you cannot get to them.
All right. Is there like a fence on the way or something?
There is a sort of people stopping other
Yeah.
people from getting to the fireworks because some people are stupid.
Fair enough. I'm stupid too. So Fizzlecrick is once again going to turn away disappointed and go back to his burrow to watch them from there.
Okay.
I'm probably just enthralled. I've never seen anything like this in my whole life.
9 is the exact same.
A little bit after the fireworks began is when Rex would finally finish with all of the deliveries that he had to do. And he'd simply be standing out in an alleyway somewhere. And then within a split second, he would be, instead of standing on the alleyway ground, he would be just sort of reclining and relaxing atop one of the nearby buildings, watching the fireworks going off.
Okay. Can I have... Who would be specifically at the fireworks show and who wouldn't?
I would be at it. I'd probably just be enthralled and giggling and staring up in awe.
Okay.
Fizzlecrick is at it, and he's actually taking notes.
Okay.
If there is like a dedicated viewing point, then 9 would be there.
Okay. Voxel?
Voxel would be like not. He'd be viewing from afar, more in town than where the campgrounds are.
And then Rex.
Rex again would just be relaxing on top of one of the buildings, particularly one that would have a better view, not so much of where they were launching from, but from the spectacle in the air itself. The distance from the actual gathering ground to watch it would be far enough away that he's there but out of sight.
Okay. The two of you, Voxel and Rex, what is your passive perception?
Ooh, let's see. 13.
13. Rex?
Oh, apologies. My passive perception is 14.
Rex, you're more familiar with the city due to your past. You know... You're a helper. And you hear something. Something you don't like. But you can't sort of pin it easily. What would you like to do?
Would I be able to tell at least the general direction that the sound was coming from?
Yes, so as you're hanging out on top of this building, I would assume on top of the tavern, since that was probably your last stop tonight.
Yeah, we can say that I was, the drop-off point for the last package was in the alleyway behind the tavern.
You... would be aware that it is coming from the left, which is going to be the opposite direction of where the campgrounds and stuff are.
Well then, Rex would stand up and staying to the rooftops as he could before he was forced to get down, would move in that direction, muttering to himself just something very simple along the lines of, "Oh god damn it, this was supposed to be my day off."
Make me an acrobatics or athletic checks. First roll of the campaign, guys.
Oh,
Yay!
I will have a +6.
What are you
Oh.
rolling?
I'm rolling athletics.
Athletics. Okay.
That is a 17 +6 for 23.
Okay.
Ooh.
With a 23, you... Sorry, let me look at my notes here. Oh. You are well able to stay up on top of these rooftops. Even some of the larger gaps you're able to hop over with ease. If this were to be during the daytime, a lot of people would see some person doing parkour on top of the rooftops, but it is dark, and you are also a darker character. As you are able to sort of catch up, this muttering you are hearing, it's not common. It's something you can't understand. Unfortunately, you still cannot see whatever you are in pursuit of.
He is simply going to continue following it. He does have the 60 feet dark vision of grayscale, and aside from that, while he's following, any time that he would go into a place where he would be more visible than not, he would actually have a secondary almost shadow of himself moving side by side, and anytime he passes through one of those places, he just out of existence and goes to where the shadowy version of himself is, while trying to follow and discern what is muttering, what is drawing his attention.
As for the rest of you, can I have you roll me a perception check, please?
sure.
Hooray! Hmm.
That's
I got
10.
That's an 8 from me.
a 13.
6.
Oof. That was rough.
There's
Uh,
fireworks going on, okay?
That's fair.
They're very
They were all
interesting fireworks. I'm literally
abstracted.
taking notes.
That is fair.
they're
The
very
DC
beautiful.
was a 14, friends.
Yeah. Well, no, not that they're beautiful. They have immense destructive potential. And that's what I'm taking notes on. I want those
Okay.
fireworks.
So, you guys are all too enraptured in the fireworks to notice what is going on around you, whether it be taking notes or your Kender Wanderlust being too excited. You just don't. Unfortunately, none of you catch on to what's going on.
Hmm.
Oh boy, isn't that ominous?
This doesn't bode well for my roll 20 rolls.
I got a +4 to perception. This sucks.
Yeah, I had a +3. I'd also re-rolled the dice I used, and I got a 1. Just to see what would happen. He's running dice jail for a little bit.
Fair. That'll happen to you too, mister, if you keep failing me. I have many other dice that will take your place.
So, Rex, as you're in hot pursuit, you finally see a figure. sort of just hanging out in the middle of the road in between two houses. The fit seem like they seem to be a little out of place here, as the place that they're in is a little bit of a tight squeeze. And with a passive perception of 14, you do not know what they're doing.
From his place within the shadows on the rooftop, he is actually going to send his echo down into the street, or the alleyway with this figure, and then he is going to be like, "Hey, friend, the fireworks are on the other side of the city. What are you doing right now?"
Are you able to speak through your echo?
At the moment, no. So his voice would be coming from elsewhere, but the echo is in front of this person.
Gotcha. Okay. So you see as this guy, you're not able to put any of your senses through the echo, are you?
Not until level 7.
Cool. Just wanted to make sure. You, from your vantage point, see this person sort of look at your echo and then clock the fact that the sound isn't coming from where you where they originally thought it was, and so they start glancing around. Can you make me a stealth check if you are trying to remain hidden?
Okay. I will do so. A question that I have, as I'm watching him, move around more, are there any markings or anything like that that I would, note on him, with my background being what my background is?
Which is what Emmett is.
I am the, I
faction
have the
agent?
faction agent background, yes.
It does not give you any, you don't get any idea that they are, they don't have any markings, not anything that you would recognize.
Alright, thank you. And for my stealth...
Your DC is a 4.
Oh, well, my just +4 beats that, but I rolled an 8 + 4, so I got a 12.
Cool. A natural 1 still counts as a fail, regardless of whether or not it would technically win.
Got you.
So,
I will keep that in mind for future use.
you remain hidden. Or at least you think you are well stealth. He does not seem to clock you, so he looks back at the echo and says, I was just hanging out. I'm not a big fireworks fan, so I just decided that I would hang out over here.
There are plenty of other places that you could have chosen to avoid the lights or the sounds of the fireworks. Yet you've chosen an inconspicuous place in an alleyway between two of these buildings that is perhaps a bit too small for you.
I just like to be hidden. I don't really want to, you know, be caught out in the fireworks. I know that there's going to be a lot of people once that's over, and I don't like people either.
So, where are you staying tonight then, friend? I shall escort you there and make sure that these people do not accost you on the way.
Oh, I'm just staying at one of the inns nearby.
Well, let's get you back there then.
Thank you, friend. Can I once again have the rest of you roll me a perception check?
Yeah.
Hell yes.
Oh boy.
I'm so excited.
Okay, you're going in dice jail.
13.
7.
13.
50.
All of you will succeed.
Okay, you've made it. You've made it out this time. You better watch yourself. One more roll like that, and you're going to dice jail.
There is no wind here, and some of the trees and plants are moving like there is.
In the area with the fireworks?
Yes.
Well, that's very strange. Could I investigate that?
You may.
Well, so can I investigate like what direction they're moving?
They are swaying like there is a wind, but there is no wind. You
Mm.
cannot feel one.
Yeah, Fizzle Crick is going to investigate that as well.
It's only a 10 for me.
Only a 10. Yes.
Want me to roll
everyone
investigate?
make me- Yes, everyone
Right,
make me an
I-
investigation check.
All right.
So if I didn't see anything, I'm probably just wandering around, looking around like, what on earth?
That's a 4.
We're doing
Man.
We're doing great over here in the fireworks team.
13.
Those
I
sure
have
are
rolled
trees.
nothing but 13.
You rolled nothing
13.
but 13. Unlucky number 13.
I've
Oh
been 13
my god.
every time.
14.
Yeah, this dice is not. I'm gonna use them later.
Yeah, these plants and trees seem to be moving. Like it wasn't just like a shimmer in your anyone that rolled above a 10 or a 10 or above, I should say, would know as there is something moving, and it wasn't just your periphery. They are moving.
I would draw my short bow and just keep, or not, I draw my long bow and just keep watch to make sure nothing happens.
Yeah, I'm definitely on guard now, but
Fizzle Crick keeps one hand on
just
one of
kinda
the
looking.
potions on his belt as he sort of looks around.
Rex, as you are taking this guy back to the inn that he is staying at, you pass a person with long silver hair and 4 markings around their eyes with their short bow drawn. Would you like to do anything?
Do I recognize this person?
No.
Not at all. Okay.
You might have seen him around here today, and you definitely, you might have seen him at the inn earlier, but you're not entirely sure. You are more working and getting things done, so they don't immediately clock your memory.
Got you. So they're not an inhabitant of the town. They're here from somewhere else.
You would assume not.
Escorting this this guy, Rex is going to just sort of over his shoulder look at the person that has his short bow drawn, and he's gonna go, "What's wrong? Something hunting the wind tonight?"
This is me, right? I'm
Oh yeah,
sorry.
this is you.
Yeah. Trees are moving. There's no wind. Something's up. Be on guard.
Ah. Thanks for the information. I'll help you check it out just as soon as we get this one.
What are you doing with him?
Well, he said that he was not a fan of people and wanted to avoid the light and sounds of the fireworks. I found him in that alleyway over there. If you want to go that way, perhaps you may come across something. But for now, I'm going to escort him back to his room before everybody leaves the fireworks.
Alright, I'll go check out the alley then.
Okay.
Keep your head up, Ranger.
You are easily able to get this guy back to the inn, and right around the time that you do, maybe 5 minutes after you leave the inn, you notice a distinct lack of fireworks. They seem to be over. The rest of you seem to notice this as well.
Mine claps and cheers. Goes, woo!
Would Rex know if this is about the time that they should be ending?
Yes.
Or if they were cut off early?
No, they should be ending at this point. It's been about an hour and a half, almost 2 hours of fireworks. This is about when it usually is in Itagend.
Okay. Cool.
Gonna look up, wistfully sigh that it's over, but I'm still looking for what's making these trees move.
Does anyone approach the trees and or the bushes?
Fizzle
Oh, I probably would eventually, yeah.
Okay.
I would be going over the alley to see what Einbach, or yeah, I wouldn't know his name, but
Rex.
to see what he was talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, Rex. Sorry.
You head to the alleyway. It takes you a minute to find the one that might fit this description. And around the alleyway, you don't really clock anything. There are a few fallen leaves in the alleyway, but I mean, nothing that would really... Maybe some dirt, but you don't assume that anything in here could be too dangerous.
And then I should go back out into the street and keep watch on the trees.
Okay.
I'd probably be approaching a bush and just be like, hello? Is someone in there? Are you alright? Are you stuck?
No response.
Can I just part the leaves a little bit and see if there's anything inside the bush?
You can.
But should I?
It's up to you.
Yeah, I'd like to.
Can I ask you a question?
Oh no, yeah, go ahead.
What's your armor class?
God bless, I was afraid of that. It's 15.
15, okay. With a natural 17 for an
Yikes.
18, they will hit. As this, you go to use your hands to, like, split this plant apart, see if there's someone in there, and you take, and it sort of, like, latches out onto you. You'd almost assume it was like a thorn if it hadn't felt like all the way around your finger, almost like a small bite. And you will take 3 slashing damage, or piercing damage, sorry.
Probably just like, ow! Dang it! Shoot! I'll stick my finger in my mouth.
And
No.
in
Why'd you go into that?
in pulling your hand away, everyone notices, especially those that are watching, as all of
A
these,
tender scream, shoot, dang it, stick her mouth her end her mouth.
as all of the shrubs and trees that had been moving stop. And almost like a flickering of lights, their eyes open, one by one.
I'm sorry, their eyes open?
Where are the eyes? Are they in the leaves? Are they in the trunks?
They're in the leaves.
Oh.
And these
Nervous laughter. What?
large
Leaves eyes.
and, like, very sharply drawn, almost, eyes, red eyes, open. And that is where we're going to go to break. So, as of the time of editing this episode, I do actually have all of the character art. I am going to put that all on screen now during the break, but I didn't want people to get confused by the fact that at the beginning of this episode I said that we didn't have any. We do. Zephyr was great and got it all pushed out to me by the next episode. It's just I didn't have it for this one specifically, but it will all be on screen right now. while we are on break, don't hesitate to go look at our Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube. Follow any of our socials, being our Twitter and Instagram, to not miss a beat on when a video is posted, and our YouTube to not miss any of our episodes. Those will go up weekly. Day of the week is yet to be determined. Ideally, it would be Fridays, but depending on my schedule and or any other editor's schedule, that could change. If an episode has to be delayed for any reason, that will be the best way to find them. You can find our handles on the screen. They will get you to where you need to go. Alrighty, everyone. We are back. So yes, we last left off with red eyes opening in several of the trees and plants around Itagend. Specifically, the small suburban area you are in currently. I'm gonna need everyone to roll me initiative.
Oh, goodness.
Nice, don't fuck with me.
Ooh.
Ooh. 16.
Okay,
hold on,
you are
hold on,
going to
hold on.
dice jail.
Yep.
Hold on, I'm gonna do it a specific way.
That's a 20 from me.
Hold on, please wait. I'm gonna.
Sorry.
That's cocked. Oof, that's rough for you guys. 25 through 20.
I was gonna say, knowing what I rolled, I know it's rough for me.
Does anyone have a 25 through 20 on initiative?
I have a 20.
Natural or dirty?
Dirty. Yeah,
Dirty
17 plus 3.
Gotcha.
If there's a natural 20, I'd be hollering.
Okay. 15 through 20.
19 on Rex.
Is that it?
Yeah.
So it's gonna go good for us, is what I'm hearing.
Oh boy.
I'll have to make up for it with extra chemical warfare.
10 through 15.
It's an 11 for me.
Is that it?
Oh no, is everybody else on your
5 through 10.
7.
Oh,
And it's because of that this guy is going in dice jail.
Hey, Voxel, what did you get on initiative?
16.
Oh, I didn't hear you. Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay, that's better.
you're like, oh my god, is everybody 1 through 5? What the
The
hell?
lowest I can roll on initiative is a 5 with my +4 to it.
All right, Old Red, you'd better serve me better.
Okay. Mythnine. Myth9? Myth9?
With 9.
Myth9. It's gonna take me a second to get that one. I do apologize.
That's cool, that's cool, that's cool.
You are
here to
first up
remind
in
you.
initiative. You have just watched
Why
a
don't we
bunch
just call
of...
you methamphetamine?
Please don't talk about drugs.
All right, sorry.
You... Oh god. I just got really nervous that I forgot to hit the record button. You have just watched all of these shrubs and trees open their eyes to this murky red. What would you like to do?
I have a good feeling this is pretty bad, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, this is definitely bad.
You can
Okay.
assess that, assuming you probably just heard from somewhere a Kender scream, "Shoot, dang it!"
Alright, how close I am to these trees, to these plants?
How close would you have been?
Well, Are the trees and plants kind of like framing the square we were in watching the fireworks?
They were sort of dotted around, almost like decoration, less like natural
I see, okay.
spawn.
So it
I
could
guess.
have just been like interspersed in the crowd.
Yes.
They're just trees and stuff. Okay.
Yeah.
I might I don't want to say
You can also see now, as the crowd is starting to realize what is happening, a lot of people are screaming and running.
Alright. I'm gonna cast Armor of Agathis on myself.
Okay. Armor of Agathis. Remember
get
to
that.
add your additional 5 temporary hit points.
Yes. And if I'm near, I'm gonna take like maybe a couple feet back from like maybe I'm close to a tree. I take a couple feet back from the tree
Okay.
that I'm close to. Kind of try to like size it up.
Yeah. Yeah. This tree is, how tall are you?
I'm 5'11".
Not that much taller than you. You'd assume it's probably around 6 foot, 6'2".
This is a weak ass tree. This is a little phony tree. All right.
See, here's the thing that you will eventually learn. Never challenge the DM.
This is a weak ass tree. Does 20 damage in one hit. Oh.
I'll survive with 9.
Next
I'll
thing
be
you
fine.
know, oh god, what is it called? A Tarask just drops on top of you. Level 3 party. This encounter was too easy. Tarask.
Have you ever watched the really old D&D cartoon?
No, I haven't.
Guess what the first encounter was?
A
The very first
Tarask?
enemies they faced.
Tarask?
Tiamat.
Oh. Didn't you just finish Tiamat, Zephyr?
I did.
Nice. Okay. Is there anything else you would like to do, Myth 9?
I mean that's my. Oh, I get 2 actions, don't I? Hold on.
You get a bonus action and an action.
Oh, so could I have casted?
Let me
Does
see. That
Arbor
is,
of Agathis take your bonus action or your action?
it's an action to cast.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah.
So you have your bonus action left. I don't know if you have anything you can do.
I don't think so.
Okay, will that be the end of your turn?
Yeah.
Rex, you have just watched a lot of the same things.
Well, I suppose there goes my day off. And he is going to move his echo into a position where he can corral the people that are screaming and fleeing in terror away from the potentially more hazardous areas, trying to get them inside of like the tavern and like any other building that happens to be nearby that still would have access at this point in time.
Okay.
And then he's gonna move just a little bit closer because he wants to be there basically as the in case they turn on the civilians, he wants to be there to mitigate that.
Yeah, you can see as some of these plants are already like attacking people, but a lot of the like shrubs seem to just be annoying, and some of these trees are hitting pretty hard. Like some of these trees are knocking people down.
Would any of the trees that are knocking people down be within 30 feet of me?
Yes.
All right, well, he is going to hold his hand out to the side, and his echo hands off his greatsword to him, manifested of the same shadowy gray that the echo is made of, and he is going to go basically fuck with the tree so it stops fucking with the civilians.
Okay. Are you doing anything specific?
As the tree would be attempting to come down towards the civilian that had just been knocked down, he would be bringing his greatsword up to try and cleave at the offending limb.
Okay. Make me a contested strength check, as this is currently, by way of you stating, is attacking a civilian, so it is going to be pushing against you as well.
Got you. Just a straight strength check?
Yes.
Got you. Alright, +4. That is a 17.
Oof. Just barely a failure with an 18.
Damn.
As this tree, you go to swipe your greatsword up. Are you, sorry, for my own visual representation, are you sort of defending the person by putting your greatsword in between them, or are you like bringing your
So, like, if the tree is like bringing a branch down towards them, I have one hand on the handle and my other hand on the blade, and I am putting myself and the greatsword as sort of a buffer barrier between the branch and the person.
Got it. Okay, that's what I had assumed. I just wanted to make sure. You are, with such a close roll, able to stop the civilian from taking another hit. You yourself are pushed by this tree, as it is quite strong. You've given enough time for the civilian to sort of get up and get away, and it is now actively running in the opposite direction of the current tree. That is going to be your action to do. Would you like to do anything else with your bonus action?
With my bonus action, feeling the strength that this tree holds, I am going to let out a sharp whistle, and the echo that I had manifested previously is going to disappear, and it is instead going to appear behind behind the tree.
Okay. Will that be all?
Yes, that is the end of my movement and turn.
Okay. Next, it is the tree's turn. So, Rex, as you are currently the closest person to a tree, I'm going to discuss you first. This tree is currently has its branches pushed against your blade, and it is currently pulling back to get ready to slam again. You have your echo behind it, and it is with a natural 1 going to miss its attack. Would you, and that is, next is, Myth9. You are also close to a tree at this moment in time.
Yes.
You see as you cast this arcane icy-like armor that's spreads its way down your torso and down your arms. Its head creakily turns in your direction slowly, and the rest of its body follows suit, and in its plant pot, I guess would be the best way to describe it, it shuffles its way over to you and is going to make an attack roll against you as well.
Alright.
I am assuming a 10 misses.
Yes.
Cool. And lastly, Voxel, you had been sort of keeping guard on these trees, and while you had been watching them, they had been watching you. And it is threatened by your arrow, and so it is also going to shuffle its way towards you quickly. For how large these trees are, they seem to be, like, quick on their feet. And with a natural 19 for a 25.
Yeah, that hits.
Okay. Shit. Well, that's going to be 10 points of bludgeoning damage as it brings its branch down and slams into your shoulder. You hear and feel your shoulder almost dislocate for a second before the pressure is released and it snaps back into place. That hurt.
Yeah, I'm hurting.
It rolled max damage. And that is going to be the end of the tree's turns. It is now the shrubs. As Cass, when you were originally investigating these shrubs, you saw the one swaying. What you didn't notice was that there were a few more around it.
Great.
We don't talk about the amount of d20s I'm rolling.
We don't talk about Bruno.
To be fair, I only think one of these hits.
Armor class 15?
Oh yeah, only one of these will hit. Because that's a natural 15 plus 1 on the die. As the same one that got you before lashes out again, and for another 3 points of piercing damage.
I'm gonna yelp, and I'm gonna go, this is not very festive!
And Fizzlecrick. You now, from your hole, also realize that there happen to be a couple of these shrubs around you, and they are both going to attack you as well. And I assume a 9 does not hit.
Nope.
Good lord, these plants cannot roll.
I mean, they are just plants.
And then, as the rest of you now also notice, even if you're caught up in your own battle, they are still going after other people. There are more of them than just what you are dealing with individually.
Alright.
Voxel, it is your turn.
Alright. So the tree is like on or like next to me, right?
It is within melee range of you, yes.
Alright. I will put away my longbow and take out a sword and shield.
Okay.
Or a short sword and a shield.
Remember, that
And
does
then-
increase your armor class by 2.
Yep. And I'll go for a short sword attack.
Okay. Make your attack roll.
Natural 18 for a 24.
Yeah, that'll hit.
And it takes 10 piercing damage. I just rolled max damage.
Nice. Yeah, so as you sort of stab into this tree, you find its direct, point of... Wow, brain. Holy. You find a direct point of contact with its trunk and sort of take a slice out of it, and you can see as these sort of splinters fly off in a couple other directions. What else would you like to do?
I'll just hold my ground. I don't have anything. I don't have any good bonus actions at the moment.
Okay. Cass, it is your turn.
All right. I would like to take my action to do an overhand swing with my mace to try and squish this bush.
Go on and squish that bush.
Squish that bush.
Make
That's
me
a
your...
22 to hit.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. 22 will hit.
Or whole 6 bludgeoning. Woo! And
It just so oh, go ahead.
also, no, I was just going to do my bonus action.
Go ahead.
I'd like to summon my spiritual weapon.
Okay. You can also make an attack roll with that, I believe.
All right, I'm going to summon it on whatever is the closest plant that's attacking a civilian.
Okay. What does your spiritual weapon look like?
I did not even think of that. Shoot.
Just like a bottle of Weed Eater.
I would say for
It's a
can I
lawnmower.
change the way it looks later?
Yes. Oh, yeah. You get to decide every time you spawn it in. It's just
All right, then I'm gonna make it look like a big stick, so it gets hit by a stick.
nice. Okay. So as this long, ethereal stick pops out, you do notice that there are a couple of shrubs that are chasing after people. The best way I can describe these shrubs is like tiny yippy dogs that are ankle biters.
Okay.
Aw.
So go ahead and make your attack roll.
All right. Come on. Oh my lord, this thing. There is not a button to just roll it. Oh, so it's 1d8 plus.
If you click on spiritual weapon, it should automatically roll the damage.
It did not.
Uh,
I probably typed it in instead of dragging it over.
there it is. I got it. Yeah, if you click on spiritual weapon in the chat in Roll20, it should light up red.
Oh yes.
And then it'll. I don't think you can do it, IBU, just because you have
Okay.
you don't have access to that sheet. But yeah, if you click on it and then public roll, cast at level 2, it should work.
Oh, gotcha. All right, so 9 force damage.
No, you don't have to take my roll. You can use another one.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I think.
It's better than what I would have done.
And maybe. I rolled average, so.
Oh, 11!
Ooh.
Yeah, so both you and your mace in sort of the same, or your mace and your stick in this sort of same action, swiftly fell 2 of these plants, and you can see them sort of disperse into a puff of leaves.
All right, I will turn to face whatever the next, because you said there was a couple that are attacking me right now.
Yeah,
So
there
let's
were
turn to face the next one.
there were
Just
3.
rotate place.
Cool.
And that'll be my turn.
Alrighty. And next, from an unknown area, you hear a voice call out. Everybody get inside. They cannot hurt you inside. As the anyone by the inn would notice that the inn door has or not the inn. Well, yes, the inn and both the tavern's doors have flown open, and now people are funneling in there trying to get away from the plants. And a distinctly loud crash can be heard. And last up, it is Fizzlecrick.
Right. So, let me get this clear. So there's 2 little bushes around me. Are there any like big trees within 60 feet of me?
Not at this current time.
All right. In that case, I take out my 2 day. You know what? Yeah, I'm gonna take out my 2 daggers, which I dipped in poison earlier that I made with my alchemy jug. So they're gonna do a little extra poison damage. I'm gonna take my 2 daggers, and I'm going to start stab, and I'm going to stab one of them each. I'm dual wielding. So
How are you dual wielding? Like, what is allowing you to dual wield?
I've got a dagger to each hand. If you have in 5e, if you have a light weapon in each hand, and you can use your bonus action to make an extra
That is
attack
if you
with
have
the
the
other hand.
2-weapon fighting style, which I do not believe.
No, 2-weapon fighting style makes that more effective, but you can just do it automatically no matter who you are.
I don't believe that's how that works. Let me check on that really fast.
The biggest difference is the offhand attack just doesn't get his dexterity and or strength modifier to the attack.
Yeah, to the attack damage. With the extra attack, I don't get to add my modifier to the damage, unless I have the specific fighting style. But anyone could do 2-weapon fighting.
Okay.
All right, so just go back to here. Cool. All right, attack numero uno. Oh, that's bleeding. 19 plus 6, 25.
A 25 will hit.
Okay, that's good. That's 5 piercing damage plus 2 poison damage.
Okay. You watch as the first bush goes up in a poof of leaves.
And so yeah, with the dagger in my other hand, I'm gonna stab again.
Okay.
9 to hit.
A 9 will hit.
Okay.
These things have really shitty armor class.
Yeah, they're made of the bushes. That is. Oh. That is 4 piercing damage and 3 poison damage.
And the second one goes up in a poof of leaves.
All right, and now that I'm no longer surrounded, I'm gonna look around and then use my movement to run towards the nearest, or larger place.
Okay. The nearest larger tree right now you can see is currently... Well, you could actually see two. You see as there is a... One of the trees sort of has two figures around it. One of them is holding a large greatsword, sort of gearing up for this tree's next attack, with a shadowy, similar-looking figure right behind it. And then you can see another tree that has a female with this almost transparent icy armor covering her upper torso and arms. Which tree would you like to go for? They're both equidistant from you currently.
Question: are they within 60 feet of each other?
No.
Okay. I'm gonna head towards the. I'm gonna head towards the icy female.
Okay.
Female, and I'm going to stand. I'm going to stand. About. Check this. Yeah, I'm gonna stand. I'm gonna stand. 30 feet away from it
Okay.
for a minute.
You cannot get quite 30 feet away. You can probably get about 45 on this
Well,
turn.
as close as I can get.
Yeah, you're probably still about 45 feet away, as each of them were about 90 feet from you to begin with.
By the way, I just wanted to ask, will we be using this style of combat throughout the whole campaign, or will we at some point be using battle maps?
We will be using battle maps at some point.
Okay, great. Sorry for the interruption. Continue.
And that will bring us back to the top of the initiative with Miss Nine.
Hooray!
You...
Is there...
Oh,
Sorry.
go ahead.
No, go ahead.
You can hear behind you now the small footsteps of a creature pitter-pattering up behind you. Looking over your shoulder, you see this pearly white... Correct me if I'm wrong, kobold. Now...
It's less pearly. It's less pearly white and more like, the white of a pair of underwear that's been worn for 6 days straight.
Oh God.
I mean, I'm not filthy, but my skin isn't a pretty shade of white. Is my point.
You see a dirty white kobold behind you, about 45 feet away, and you now have this tree in front of you that looks like it's gearing up to hit you again. What would you like to do?
I guess I'll... I was planning on like trying to help people to the inn, but now I'm not sure. I guess I'll cast just Eldritch Blast on the tree.
Just letting you know, because the tree is within melee range of you, it will be at disadvantage. You are more than welcome to take a step back. The tree will just get an opportunity attack against you.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Are you going to step back?
Yes.
Okay. The tree is going to take an opportunity attack against you. And is not going to hit.
Hmm.
So you are welcome to take your step back now.
Okay. Take a step back, cast Eldritch Blast without disadvantage.
Yes.
Okay. And so I roll a d20 and then add my charisma to that? Is that how that works?
You add your spellcasting modifier,
Oh, okay.
which
Um,
should be under spells on your sheet. That is the wrong person's sheet. Yeah, your spell attack bonus is currently +5.
+5. Okay.
So you'd roll a d20 +5.
That's a 9.
To hit,
Yeah.
a 9 will unfortunately miss, as your Eldritch
Alright.
Blast goes wide.
Well, shoot. Alright. Well, that's it, I guess.
Okay, next up in initiative is going to be Rex.
So, just as a question, are you currently using the flanking rules?
Your echo does not count as a creature, it counts as an object.
Okay.
So, yes, I use flanking rules, your echo does not
But
count.
it does not count for the echo. That is perfectly fine. Thank you for the information. So, Rex is going to raise his hands like he is going to swipe down with the greatsword, and then he is going to disappear, leaving the echo in his place as he appears behind the tree, and he's going to bring the greatsword down at the back of the tree
Okay.
before the sword disappears from his hands and appears in the hands of the echo, who then follows through with a second attack. I'm using Unleashed. I'm using one of my charges from Unleash Incarnation.
Okay, go ahead and make me 2 attack rolls then, please.
Yep. Alright. The first one from Rex is a 16 plus 6,
That'll
so
hit.
22. And the attack from the Echo
16 plus numbers.
is an 11 plus 6, so a 17.
Which will also hit.
Okay. So Rex's hit will deal. Okay. Reroll the 1. Okay, that is going to be 16 damage. I got max damage on that shit.
Okay.
And then from... I only have 1 die for that set. And then from the Echo, it is going to be 10 damage from
So-
the Echo.
26 damage to this tree.
Yes.
You have splintered and hurt this tree. It is not looking pretty, but it is still standing.
He is going to take a moment while he decides what to do, and he's going to look and see how many of the civilians have made it inside by this point.
Make me a perception check at disadvantage, as you did just use your action to attack.
Yes. With disadvantage, I got an 18 and a 16, so a dirty 20.
Dirty 20. You notice now that more than not, civilians are making it inside. At this point, it is the people who are staying to fight outside, and then just a few stragglers. But it seems, for now, you and 5 to 6 other people have drawn the attention of these creatures, and these creatures are now focused more on the group of 6 than the civilians that are running.
Okay, Rex is going to note the other people outside, and not knowing who any of them are, he is just legitimately going to go, "Get inside, it's safer." And that is the end of his turn.
Okay, and that is going to bring us to the trees. Once again, I'm going to go in the same order. So we're going to start with Rex, as this tree that you have just absolutely almost obliterated is going to attack you again with a natural 19. I am assuming a 25 hits.
Yep.
She
Okay.
is the dungeon
I was
master.
just saying, but 25
She
didn't
speaks
hit
to
at
the
level
tree.
3.
Listen,
For
I'm level
6
3.
For 6 bludgeoning damage.
Got you.
And then, who else did I say? I said Myth 9. This tree is now going to attack you. It's going to get back up in your face and is going to attack you. For a dirty 20.
Alright.
And it is going to hit you for a total of 11 damage, and it is going to, in return, take 5 damage from your... It's going to take off the 5 damage that your Armor of Agathis gave, and it will also take 5 cold damage in return.
Got it. I would also like to cast Hellish Rebuke on it, since it attacked me.
Do you have the spell slots?
Yes. The Eldritch Blast was a cantrip.
Armor of Agathis was not.
Yeah, I have 2 spell slots. Right?
I don't believe Warlocks get... Hold on. I might be crazy. I probably am. Warlocks at 3rd level have 2 spell slots. Okay, yeah, you're fine.
Well, I'm a 1st level Warlock.
Oh, yeah, that's right. No, you've only got 1 spell slot, and you used it on Armor of Agathis.
Alright.
You can
Other than that,
use
yeah, I do
one of our
nothing then.
home rules to try and use Hellish Rebuke beyond your limits. Just understand that it is dangerous.
Yeah, nah. It's cool. I read something wrong. I thought I had 2 spell slots. My bad.
You are all good. I think it's because you know 2 spells.
Yeah, that's what I confused it with.
And then Voxel. The last tree is going to attack you for a 13 to hit.
That misses.
Okay. And it is now the shrub's turn. So Cass, does a dirty 20 hit?
Yes.
Okay, and you are going to take another... That's cocked. 3 piercing damage. You have taken max every time.
It bites my ankle. I'm like, God dang it!
Shoot, dang it.
You weren't to attach to the character you made, were you?
Because now these little gremlins are, let me tell you.
And that will be the end of the shrub's turn, as there are only 2 left that are currently attacking you guys. And Voxel, it is your turn.
Alright. I'm going to take another short sword attack at the big tree next to me.
Okay, make your attack roll.
Natural 9 for 15.
A 15 will hit.
Alright. And you take 7 piercing damage.
Okay.
And with my movement, I'll try and move away.
Alrighty. It's going to take an attack of opportunity
Yep.
against you. For a 16 to hit.
I'm so glad I equipped my shield. That just misses.
Oh, damn. Do you have a 17?
Yeah.
Nice. Okay. And then that'll bring us to Cass, unless you have anything else you want to do.
I have no other actions I can take.
Okay. Cass, it is your turn with Fizzlecrick on deck.
Alright, I'm swinging at the one in front of me.
Okay. Make your attack with your mace.
18!
Oh, an 18 will hit, darling.
I'm loving this southern atmosphere.
That is 9 bludgeoning damage.
Poof! Leaves.
Shall we go make up some barbecue?
And is there
Head down to the rodeo?
is there another one chasing a civilian I could hit with the spiritual, or should I just move it back and hit the one by me?
It seems that the shrubs that were chasing civilians that you were after last time have all been taken care of.
Alright, if I can, if it's still in range, I'd like to move the spiritual weapon back to
It
me
can
and
move
hit.
20 feet, right?
Let me double
Yeah, it
check.
can move 20 feet.
I don't know if it's 20 or 30. Let me see.
I don't even remember. Oh no! Don't close that. Please tell me. Fuck me.
20 feet. You're correct.
Fucking kill me.
What happened?
I closed out a tab that I needed. It didn't entirely screw me over, so I think I'm fine, but if I skip anyone in initiative next time, please tell me.
Yeah, I could manifest it 60 feet from me, but I can only move 20.
There's
So
an
yes.
initiative tracker on Roll20 you could use.
I don't want the one on Roll20. I don't like the one on Roll20.
Yeah, fair enough. It's not great.
No.
Alright, if it can get to me, I'm going to do that. If I think it's too far away, I'm going to move it towards the tree that's hitting Voxel, and then I'll just turn around.
It is close enough to get to you.
Oh, well, in that case, I'll bring it over and I'll take a swing.
Okay, make your attack roll.
Alright. 13?
A 13 will hit.
That's 12 force damage.
A 12 will make this last shoot dang it shrub.
Shoot, dang it. Dag nab.
Poof in front of you.
That's my turn. That was my action bonus action.
And then Fizzlecrick, it will be your turn with the initiative restarting and Myth 9. Damn. I am so sorry.
It's good, man.
And
Don't worry about it.
Myth 9, you're on deck. Fizzlecrick, what would you like to do?
Alright. So, Fizzlecrick is going to, as he sort of skids through stop for the tree, a wide and creepy smile spreads across his lizardy face as he adjusts the lens on his massive mad scientist glowing goggles. And takes out his crossbow. Instead of loading a bolt, he loads an ominous, like smoky green potion bottle into it. Takes aim and fires at the tree, casting Ray of Sickness. So I'm gonna make a ranged spell attack against the target. 11 to hit. Does 11 hit?
An 11 will miss, unfortunately.
Yeah. So he whiffs it completely, and the potion shatters on a rock way further away, causing all of the grass nearby to die.
Will that be the end of your turn?
No, I am going to use my bonus action to chuck my experimental elixir, which is a flying potion. I chuck the experimental elixir, so that's gone now, and then fly up 10 feet in the air. So now I am hovering 10 feet above the ground.
You need to roll for your experimental elixir.
I already did before it
No,
started.
you don't roll beforehand. You roll in person.
Oh, all right. I did not realize that. I actually
Well,
like that rule.
That's the whole point of them being experimental, because then you won't know what happens until the start.
All right, let me pull up the table.
I got it. It's 1d6.
All right, great. 2.
2. Your walking speed is increased by 10 feet for 1 hour.
All right, great.
And will that be the end of your turn?
Yes, it will be.
Okay. Mithnine, you are up with Rex on deck.
Got it.
Myth9, damn it.
I mean, Mithnine does kind of sound better.
It's just the way I'm reading it. You can correct me.
Flizzle Crick, were you doing that at the tree where 9 was, or were you closer to, like, Cass?
Uh, I went to the one who cast armor with Agathis. Who was that again?
Yeah, that was me.
Myth 9.
Okay, I'm near Myth 9.
Alright. Myth 9 watches, Myth9 watches Flizzle Crick do all that, kind of confused, and then turns back to the tree, and she is going to hit it with her short sword.
Okay, make your attack roll.
That is a 14.
A 14 will hit. Roll damage.
6 piercing.
6 piercing damage. As you stab into this tree, again, like all of the other physical attacks that can hit it, you can see it splintering and breaking. Will that be the end of your turn?
Yeah.
Okay. Rex, it is your turn, and the trees are up next.
Okay. Rex is going to unleash 2 attacks at the tree again.
Okay.
One from him, one from his echo.
Okay.
The one from Rex first. That is a 10 plus 6, 16.
A 16 will hit. Roll damage.
Okay. Rex's damage. Okay, reroll the 1.
Wait, why are you rerolling the one?
I have fighting style, great weapon fighting.
Gotcha. Okay. Just making sure.
That is a 12 damage total.
As you hit it with this great sword attack, it sorry, all brain function has just dissipated. Explain to me how you kill this creature.
Okay. So as he took the hit from the tree last time, he moved with the momentum of the blow and used that own momentum against it, cleaving through the trunk of the tree with the greatsword, which dissipates into mist. As how far away would another one of the offending objects be?
The closest tree to you is 60 feet to, like, where Voxel is. It's going to be, like, if the tree you are standing at, like, that you just killed, you can see the tavern from it, it's going to be to the right of where you are currently.
Okay. After I cleave through the tree as it is still falling, I'm going to use my 30 feet of movement and kick off of the tree, sending myself in the direction of the tree that is assaulting the sword and shield user.
Okay.
Which puts me 30 feet away from it. I am then going to use my bonus action to manifest Echo, which destroys the one that had been helping me and pops a new one up next to the tree, because I can manifest it within 30 feet of me. Will you allow me to use the attack that I declared I was using from Unleash Incarnation now, or no? Yeah? Okay.
Just because,
so...
in my mind, character-wise, like, you attack once your Incarnation attacks, assuming the creature is still alive, but, like, the creature was dead, therefore you, in your own brain, would know that the Incarnation does not need to attack X thing and can go do with another.
Okay. So the Incarnation, having closed in on the tree that was assaulting Voxel, is going to swing the greatsword as it manifests in its hand. That is 21.
A 21 will definitely hit.
Got you. And... Let me look up the specifications real fast. Great weapon fighting. So it doesn't specify, it just says when I roll a 1 or a 2 on a damage die, I can re-roll it. I got a 1 and a 2. Can I re-roll both of them? I'm leaving it up to you as the DM.
Let me check into it myself. I mean, I believe you. It's great weapon fighting, right?
Yes, fighting style, great weapon fighting.
When you roll a 1 or a 2 on a damage die for an attack you make with a melee weapon that you are wielding with 2 hands, you can re-roll the die and must use the roll. Yeah. Because it's
So
assuming you can roll both.
Got you. That is going to be 13 damage.
So yeah, you hit this tree and it is looking rough. Will that be the end of your turn?
That is the end of my turn, yes.
Okay. It is now the tree's turn in initiative, and 9, the tree in front of you, is going to once again lash out at you.
Hooray!
For a 14 to hit.
That hits.
Okay. Does that really? Is your armor
Yeah, I
class
have
that low?
Yeah, it's a 13.
Oh,
I don't have
dang.
any like armor or shield equipped.
Oh wait, you should.
I thought about it, but I didn't. When I was talking about what I got for my tent, I didn't mention grabbing a shield or armor, so I felt awkward
Gotcha.
adding
Never
that.
mind. Then yeah, it will hit, dealing another 7 points of bludgeoning damage.
Got it.
And then again now it's gonna switch its attention to Rex because Rex just hurt it real bad. And with
Would you say it has a chip on its shoulder?
Oh my god.
Oh,
Does an 18 hit?
You're fired. Get out of this podcast.
Exactly. Does an 18 hit, Rex?
Yes, an 18 will hit and instantly kill my echo.
Oh, yeah, because it's your echo. So yeah, your echo.
Yep.
And it is now Voxel. It is your turn with Cass on deck. And Voxel, you have just witnessed someone, the same person you talked to earlier, run in your direction, spawn a weird shadowy figure on top of you, make it hit the tree really hard, and now it got hit and poofed.
Nope. He attacked the thing that's attacked me, so he's an ally. I'm going to stow my sword and shield and take out my longbow and make an attack on the tree.
It will be at disadvantage because it isn't within melee range of you.
Did it run up last turn? Or my last turn, at the end, I ran away from it 30 feet, and right? Or did I not say that?
We can say you did. I just don't remember. I don't remember.
I know it got an attack of opportunity, didn't it? But it missed.
I think I got one against Myth, but the one against Myth,
okay.
the one against Myth hit. So if we're thinking about something that hit it, Voxel
I think
probably did move.
I think I do remember Voxel having an attack and opportunity on them, and then it.
We can just say it happened.
I'll take out my longbow and make an attack.
Okay.
Naturally for a 16.
Oh yeah, that'll hit.
And that does
Enough.
7 piercing damage.
Yeah, you overkilled it by about 6.
That's how hard it was.
Oh yeah, it had 1 HP left. Explain to me how you killed this creature.
Does it have is there like a core of its body, or is it just like the head?
So yeah,
for,
you can
be,
see this sort of like trunk. It's not thick. It's almost like large stick with like branches and sort of stuff bounding off of it. It's not this like huge tree, but it is very much so like that is where you would assume the core to be, is that is what stretches from base to tip.
Alright. I'd shoot it around where its core is, and
Okay.
just like one single shot and straight through the core.
So yeah, as your arrow sort of flies through, it hits, and with how much damage it's already taken, you can actually hear it puncture through the wood and push all the way through. And similar to one of those like door stop things when you accidentally kick it and it makes the like sound. If anyone knows what I'm talking about.
Yes, that.
Oh
Uh,
yeah.
My cat likes to play with the doorstop at 2 in the morning, so I'm well acquainted with.
It reverberates like a cartoon character.
Yup. And you hear that as your arrow sticks into, like, pretty hardly embedded into the base of, like, the stone as the tail end of it makes that noise.
All right.
Will that be your turn?
Yep. I have. Or is there any shrubs left?
No. Not that you can see.
All right. Yeah. I'll just hold my position then.
And then, Cass, it is your turn with Fizzlecrook on deck.
Alright, can I see anything else that's attacking?
You can see a tree that a dusty white kobold and a blue tiefling are currently fighting.
Oh, goodness. I'd like to move as close as I could.
You can get
Towards
about
that.
60 feet from it.
Okay, I'll do that, and my spiritual weapon's trailing very slowly behind me.
That is a-okay. Do you have anything you would like to do? Do you have any spells that you can cast?
Actually, hang on. Can I leave my spiritual weapon where it is?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, in that case, I would like to... How far away am I from it?
60 feet.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you meant I could move 60 feet.
No. You are, you were 90 feet from it originally, I'm assuming. Wait, do you have a base walking speed of 30 or 25?
30.
Yeah, that's what I thought. So yeah, you can move, 30 feet towards it. It's about 60 feet from you. Or, sorry, 90 feet from you, 60 after you move, if you were to move towards it.
Alright, I'm going to use my movement and action to move 60 so that I'm 30 feet away from it.
Okay.
And then I would like to cast Bane on it.
As a bonus action? Alright. Is there a
Oh,
save
wait,
against...
I'm sorry. It's not a bonus action. I'm stupid. Sorry.
No, you're good. It happens, darling.
What do I have that's a bonus action? Shoots.
I can help.
Actually, I don't. I think all I have is spiritual weapon. That's a bonus action.
I mean, you could dissipate it and then spawn it again. If you were looking to do something like that. But it would just be your other second level spell slot.
Yeah, I'll do that. I didn't know if I could dismiss because I thought it took something to dismiss it.
No, I believe most concentration spells like that are, actually, that's not even a concentration spell, is it? It's not.
No.
If there is, for right now, there is not. If that makes any
Alright,
sense.
I'll drop it and I'll spawn it closer to it and take a swing.
Okay. Are you gonna keep it in the form of the sort of stick?
Yeah.
Okay. Make me your attack.
Alright, let's see. 25.
Ooh, 25 will hit. That was almost a natural 20. Yeah, 25 will definitely hit.
12 force damage. It's just getting whacked by a glowing stick.
Ooh.
Just
As the stick swings in, describe to me how you kill this creature.
oh. I'm gonna say it's just gonna keep whacking it like a pinata until it whacks all the way through. Just.
Nice. As you're sort of whacking it, I'm gonna say you whack it just like a bunch, like in a cartoon, or like in the Tom and Jerry cartoons,
like,
where yeah, as you're hitting it, it's taking one bit of damage every time, and you can see splinters flying off, and on that final hit, just with the extra force behind it, you sort of send it flying, almost like a baseball with a baseball bat, and a lot of the branches fly at you, Myth9, and I'm gonna need you to make a dexterity save for me.
Oh no, I'm sorry!
Oh no, it's cool. I got this. That's a 13.
A 13 will succeed. You are
Yay.
able to dodge out of the way of these flying tree branches in time.
All right. Okay.
As it goes flying off, I'm going to be like, ha! And then I'll see the branches and be like, oh, shoot, I'm sorry!
It's okay. I vastly overestimated myself here. Thank you.
And with that, initiative will be dropped. And you are free to lick your wounds or do what you would like.
Yeah, are you okay? Are you hurt?
I'm perfectly okay, ma'am. That was a lot for me. Thank you.
Okay, I
Fizzle
mean,
Crick is
sure.
sorry.
No, you're fine.
Fizzle Crick is going to examine the wood of the trees, see if he can notice anything unusual about it.
Make me an Arcana check. Wait, why does Cure Wounds have a spell save DC?
I don't know.
Nah, fuck your healing.
I don't want to be healed. Also, why can't I roll it?
16.
16? No, you do not see anything.
Is it just exclamation point R to roll?
Maybe?
Okay, so
It's /R.
Oh, yeah. Teehee. I can't roll.
in that case, if Fizzle Crick can't see anything unusual about it, he's gonna start gathering up all the wood from the trees and the bushes into a big pile.
Okay, you're able to get quite a few sticks, as well as a fairly large mound of leaves.
Great, I'm gonna use my alchemy jug to cover it in oil and set it on fire with prestidigitation.
You cannot create fire with prestidigitation.
It can light candles.
It can light candles, it cannot light blazes.
Or small campfires. It says that. I always interpreted that as making a spark. If not, I have a tinderbox and torches. I can light it that way if you want.
Yeah, let's do a tinderbox and torches.
Alright.
Rex is going to look over the group and he's going to go, well, considering that all of you were simply here for the celebration, surprise.
Yeah, I'd like to think that wasn't part of it.
Very interactive.
No, it's excessively interactive. So much so that I was forced to participate on my day off. Do all of you have a place to stay tonight? And what about your pet?
My what?
Your pet. I'm assuming that the one that is currently lighting things on fire in the middle of town
Is that
is
yours?
with one of yours, with one of you.
No. I mean,
Not with me.
I don't know what that is.
Right.
No
It tried to.
oh, yeah, there, see, he's just...
I am the greatest genius of our time. And you will treat me with respect. I say, pointing up at you from all my 3 feet of height.
Right. So I'm going to go inform the guards about what happened and that there's somebody lighting things on fire here.
Prestidigitation. Your clothes are wet. And dirty.
Let's stop spraying water here. Let's be calm and official
No,
here,
I'm not
okay?
spraying water. I just snap my fingers and all of a sudden, your clothes are wet and dirty.
Oh,
Why, thank you. It's been a while since I've actually had these washed. Thank you. I needed to get the salt off of them.
And get the mud onto them.
it's
Weird
like
shadow man.
nature's camouflage, right?
Do you think the trees have anything to do with the person you're escorting.
It might, but I am honestly unsure. I just happened to find him in the alleyway, away from everything that was going on here. It's a potential possibility that he knew something was going to happen and wanted to be away from it, but I'm not an investigator. I carry things for people.
So you're saying this wasn't a part of the festivities?
No, not at all.
It's about this time during your conversation that you hear a creak of a wooden door as the door to the inn has opened, and once again, you hear the same barkeep shout out to you, Rex. Is everything okay out here? Can I send these people out of my bar? They're starting to get a little noisy.
Well, yes, everything out here in the open is taken care of. I can't vouch for any of the other streets, but if need be, I can escort them to where they need to be. It's all part of the job.
At the very least, the Flora stopped being Fauna.
That's funny.
Now they are fuel. I say,
They
standing
can
in front of my
find their way to
bonfire.
where they need to go. I just need them out of my tavern. She has changed accents like 4 times.
It's okay, she's a changeling by nature.
She's a traveled woman.
No, she's just a con artist. For some reason people pay more when the bartender has an accent, so she just pretends to have an accent.
Nice.
So you were saying something about a place to stay?
Yes, I had asked if all of you had a place to stay. Yes, all of them are fine to go home if something should happen. I'm going to be up for a while longer. I don't have as many beds as there are you, but you're free to sleep on the floor and the couch. If you haven't found a room yet.
I'm quite okay,
I
sir.
have a-
Thank you. I have a tent
room
among
with
the
tavern.
campgrounds.
My burrow will suffice for sleeping purposes tonight.
Are you okay?
Absolutely. Indisputably. Indubitably.
Big words. All right.
I forgot that we discussed this.
Well, I don't have a tent, so I'll take you up on your couch offer if you'd like. If you're still offering.
Sure, nothing wrong on my end. Just, let me make sure that everybody vacates the bar that doesn't belong there, and then I'll take you back to the to the place I am currently sleeping.
I could use poison gas to clear the bar.
I don't
Oh.
think you need to do that, sir. That's a little bit of an overkill.
Alright, I say.
At this
going
point,
back
I'm
over-
about a step away from getting the guards to come and have a sit down and a talk with you. So please gauge what you say next carefully.
Fine. Fizzle Crick rolls his eyes, stomps over to the campsite, jumps down into a hole in the ground, and a few minutes later, foul-smelling smoke starts spewing from the hole.
That does
As he
not seem
continues
safe.
his experiments.
There's
Yeah.
people sleeping around there. Could you still do something about that, do you think, sir? Because if I'm sleeping near that, I don't really trust it.
Tantra,
I
think we're
mean,
talking to you. Okay, sorry.
If, you know what? In all actuality, yes. There are a couple of things that I can do.
If it's too much, then, like, I don't
No,
want to impose. I could try to do something myself.
no, it's fine. It's better to let the guards and the law handle this type of thing. That way there is less there is less paper, there is less that falls onto our plates.
Well said.
Oh, and just as a note, none of you saw me fighting back there. I don't want to get into that line of work.
Gardening?
Exactly. Thank you so much. I do really good at trimming hedges and things. And Rex is going to go over to the tavern keeper, and he is going to he's going to ask her. So, what is the likelihood of one of the guard stations actually having somebody competent tonight?
Wait, you go where? Sorry.
Over to the tavern keeper.
And you asked her.
Which of the guard stations is more likely to have some of the more competent guards?
She looks
The
at
ones-
you, and you have been around her before. She's quite a short woman, no taller than about 3'5". She puts her elbow on the bar and puts her chin in her hand. Looks up at you. If you've been in this town long enough, you know that none of these guards are going to be smart.
Yes, I know. I was hoping that you heard something about them getting new recruits.
Why do you think I contact you about anything and not the guard? She sort of
Point in
gives you like
case.
a
Point in case.
She looks at you and gives you like a, I don't know how to describe it, one of those like fake smiles that's literally just you like making your face smile, not actually smiling, the very sarcastic one.
Yeah. And before he leaves, he says, so let me rephrase. Which of the guardhouses has a couple of people that are least likely to get themselves killed dealing with somebody's lost pet?
I mean, he was speaking common. I don't think he's a pet.
I think
Parrots
you'd
can
have the
speak common.
I think you'd have the best bet at the South Guard point. There's a few more less stupid there. Less testosterone, if you get what I'm saying.
I'll be stopping by there tonight. I will see you tomorrow and get back to work. And he's going to turn to Cass, and he's going to go, right, so, place to sleep for you. You're sleeping in a tent, as he points to Myth 9. And then he points to Voxel. You managed to get a room at the inn?
I think so, unless it's been vacated for some reason.
Got
Nah,
you.
You've got a room at the inn.
Perfect. Everybody will be all squared away, and I'll leave you to it. By the way, my name is Rex. I do a little bit of everything here and there.
Oh, it's a pleasure. My name's Cassidy. I I do pretty much anything that a cleric or a priest would do.
I'm Myth 9. You can just call me 9. I'm a bit of a fighter.
Pleasure to meet you all. I'm Voxel. I'm a wanderer for now.
I feel
Me
you.
too. I'm doing a wander too.
Are you like an official here? Mr. Rex?
No, I'm nothing of the sort. I'm just a handyman that does what needs to be done, little to no questions asked.
Well, if you do what needs to be done, that's a pretty official type thing to do. But
Yeah.
I don't want to assign you anything you don't want to be called. So
Fizzlecrick pokes his head up out of his hole. No questions asked, you say?
not for you.
He goes back to his experiments.
Okay. As you all head your separate ways for the night, you, Voxel, finding your way to the tent, to your room at the inn, 9, finding your way to your tent, and Fizzlecrick, laying down in your hole, commencing your potion brewing. The other two of you,
make
Rex
a new
and
potion.
Cass, I would assume, make your way to the South Guard post to contact them about someone's lost pet.
Yes.
Could 9 go with them? Because I feel like 9's the type of person who, if they see somebody in charge, they would want to be around them, especially after an event that just happened after the fight.
You are more than welcome to go with them. Anyone else that would like to go with them is also cool. I misunderstood the conversation and thought people were going to bid.
Sounds like it's just us 3.
Yeah, sounds like it.
Okay. So as the 3 of you head to the South Guard post, it's about a 15-minute walk. As you are sort of in the more residential district of the city. And you see as there are 3 guards there in their garb. You notice, anyone would notice that they seem to be less awares as to what has happened. It seems as if the plant fiasco was kept to your general area around the fireworks, which is interesting.
Do we want to tell them?
And someone approaches you and says, "Hi there. How can I help you guys?"
Well, not to be the bearer of bad news, but you guys may have some work cut out for you in the morning.
Well, I get off in a few hours, so what note do I need to take down to let the guys know that come in after me?
Perfect. That's gonna make this so much easier. Make sure that the note says that there is somebody's unattended pet. Seems to have a white-ish complexion, digging holes in the camping area, and is starting fires.
And has weird poisonous gas that they talked about filling a room with, full of people, to evacuate them.
And that.
And has access to probably more chemicals.
All
And a
right.
crossbow.
Also note down that they may get complaints about being attacked by living plant life.
Yeah, I was gonna say, y'all seem very calm. Did that not happen here?
Did what not happen here?
Trees came alive with big red eyes and attacked. And I probably, like, from Cass's attack, I probably have, like, sawdust on me from the tree getting whacked.
She
like,
sort of,
motion
Twigs in your hair.
Pulling splinters out from between your teeth.
you see as she looks around and is like, "No, all of our trees are fine."
Should we inspect the trees? See if they have, like...
Someone else can try poking it first this time. But in all seriousness, though, you might hear a few more reports about that in the morning. It wasn't a small incident over by the fireworks.
Okay. But it's dealt with now. Did someone deal with it? Did you guys deal with it?
Oh, it was just these two and a couple of other people. I just happened to be in the area as they were finishing up and
Make me a
offered to
deception
show
check.
them where the guardhouse was. Alright. I am not good at deception.
I was gonna say-
I should have taken deception.
I was gonna say, I don't say anything to that, but I do look at you funny.
Yeah. I do
Oh
too.
no.
That is a 2 plus 1, so a 3.
I
You have a
wasn't
character that
there
likes
at
to
all.
have-
You're like sweating.
So she sort of looks at you.
Now we're all staring at you funny.
And is
All
like,
of us are going to be
"Mhm."
banished from this town for life.
She's like, is that right? Because with
never
a
around
natural
when these things
20,
happen.
Oh god!
Jesus Christ!
she might be able to see through your bullshit.
You're like also clearly covered in sawdust.
She does not question it.
She does not
But
get
any
paid
of
enough for
you,
this shit.
any of you that aren't lying right now can definitely tell that he lied horribly and she sees through his shit. Well,
Right. Well.
as long as outside of, I guess, you three, no one's reporting it, it is not my responsibility. As for the
Well-
pet with toxin? Words?
Poison. But
Baines
gas.
John having a strunk?
James Bond having a strong.
Poison gas. I think
Non's the
oil.
non-
Fire.
Non's the Zond Bond.
Baines John having a strunk. I suppose I should go check that out. As for you three, you should probably go ahead and lie down, as I'm sure you two had a very rough night fighting trees. And
Rex
then she cuts
dusts
like
some sawdust off his shoulder.
cuts an
Rex
aggressive glance at Rex.
Rex is smiling and like dripping sweat at this point because, to be fair, he did 4 heavy swings with the weapon, plus lots of running and teleport. Yeah, no, he's. And then he failed at lying. Yeah, no, it's obvious.
Oh, Rex, man, you're having a tough night.
I mean, Rex did some heavy damage to those trees, though.
Yeah.
Alright, yeah, MVP.
But with all of that, what would the 4 of you? 3, 4? What numbers? I can't count. I'm gay. The 3 of you, good lord, the 3 of you are able to make your way back to wherever you would like to go.
9. I kind of have it in my mind. 9 is in the same campsite as Blizzle Crick, so she's probably gonna pack up her stuff and like move away.
Okay.
Move a little further away from the toxic fumes.
Yeah,
They're not toxic, they just smell awful.
toxic enough.
Toxic to the
Toxic.
nose.
Toxic-ish.
And as all of you bed down for the night, you all have uneventful dreams. And as the sun starts to rise, who would be up the earliest?
I would say that Rex would be one of the earliest up, just because he has a routine that he keeps in. So he would wake up, and then he had taken Cass back to one of these safe havens that he sleeps in.
Okay.
Yeah, and I also would be up pretty early because, church.
So, anyone... oh, sorry, I think someone else started to talk, and I did.
Varta would have woken up at around like 6 to 7ish, if that's any.
Yeah, that's what I mean by early.
Alright,
9
yeah.
would have woken up probably with like morning traffic, whatever time that would be.
That would probably be around like 8.
Alright.
So for those of you that wake up early, Voxel, Cass, and Rex, you all, in sort of getting ready in the morning and then leaving from the area that you are in, notice a small white envelope that is left on the doorstep of where you were staying. In opening it, it is addressed to you, by the way, at the place that you are staying at. In opening it, it says, "Dear, your name. We appreciate your help with the trees from last night. Please make your way to the oh god, what is it called? Outpost of Itagend. And as for the other two of you, when you wake up, the letter says the same thing.
Would Nine know what the outpost of Itagend is?
You can make me a history check.
All right.
I'm pretty
Rex,
sure I wouldn't. I probably would have just looked at Rex like, I don't know where this is.
Oh,
Anyone
I'm sorry.
That's a 13.
with a 13, you would not know off the top of your head, but you might be able to ask around and find someone that does.
Perfect.
Vox would have asked the barmaid about where it is.
She would have given you directions. She would have said that it was about a 30-minute walk from the bar. It's more towards the central heart of the city.
All right. I will first sit down. Does the tavern sell have breakfast at this time, or is it still
They've
being
got
set up?
like bread. Like if you asked for breakfast, they could throw something together, but it's not like it's not going to be your usual hotel like eggs and waffles and all that. Like it's
I'll get a pastry on the way.
okay.
It's hard bread and a wad of cheese, maybe an egg.
Same price for the pastry.
Lucky.
Yes, 2 silver.
All right. Yep.
I think that's what I saw last time, at least. Honestly, not gonna
Sounds
lie, I
right.
do not remember.
It was 2 silver.
Cool.
As Cass looks to Rex upon reading the letter, Rex looks at the letter and goes, "Well, golly gee, I have no idea where this place could be. I'm gonna go to work now."
Rex is great. I love
it
him.
looks like-
roll me a deception check. 'Cause that is deceit.
So a natural 1 plus 1.
Oh my
Oh
god.
God.
Is this
Cass,
gonna be a
you
thing
know.
for the rest of the campaign. He's terrible at lying, despite.
So Rex, you know, or not Rex, sorry, Cass, you know that Rex is lying through their teeth.
I'm just gonna kind of like furrow my brow, and look at him, and just be like, well, you got one too, and hand him the other envelope addressed to him.
Oh, son of a bitch! Oh, well, after he takes a second to regain his composure, he's like, "Fuck, they noticed me."
Is
Well-
that bad? It seems like they're pretty complimentary in the letter.
Do you need a job?
I don't know that I need a job, but I'll certainly check it out.
Being called to this place typically has with it either some hefty form of paperwork, a fine, or a job offer. I don't typically want to deal with any of those, so normally I just change where I'm staying. But they found me.
Again.
So, before we go, do you want any breakfast?
Oh, actually, that'd be delightful.
Wonderful. Rex is gonna go into his kitchen and bring out 3-day-old stew.
Okay.
True bachelor.
Oh, That looks great.
Everyone can get the benefits of a long rest as well. Sorry, I should have said that.
Yay!
I just imagine.
Health is back.
I just imagine Cass just like looking at it and just like subtly casting Purify Food and Water.
Actually, DM, that reminds me. Today. Actually, no, I'm not gonna do it.
If there are things that your character does daily, I would rather you private message me those.
Yeah.
Just so as like we don't disrupt things. But what would the five of you like to do as now morning routines have been done, you are fed, everyone is awake and has seen said letter?
9 would probably want to go get cleaned up if they're going to go somewhere that's inviting them somewhere. That seems pretty official.
Wait, sorry, I spaced out for a little bit. Did we all get this letter?
Yes.
Yeah. Fizzlecrick looks at it, sniffs it, eats the letter, and then goes to the place it's talking about.
Your stomach has eyes to read.
Well, I already read it.
Oh, okay. I thought you just ate the unopened letter.
You know, I read it and then ate it.
Seems
Great.
legit.
Okay. So you
I'm a
all
Yeah,
kobold.
I
I've
imagine
eaten
we all
way
go
worse.
eventually.
you all make your way eventually, one by one, sort of making your way there. And the first person to show up, whoever that may be, notices that the door to the place is locked and there is no one outside.
Do we want to roll to see who gets there first?
I would assume it would be one of the three that woke up early, so
Yeah.
It would probably be Voxel then, because Rex would purposely be trying to delay his departure.
cool. So Voxel, you notice that the door is locked, and there is no one outside. What would you like to do? Voxel, your circle is green, but I cannot hear you.
Is this better?
Yes, I can
Yes.
hear you now.
Sorry, I was going to say my inputs to see if I could get better audio. I would knock on the door and then wait for a response. If nothing happens within like the first 10 minutes or 5 minutes ish, I'll just head in.
The door was locked, so you couldn't have just head in. But someone does open the door upon you knocking, and it seems to be this shorter human woman, a little more plump. And she looks at you and says, "Business?"
I show her the white letter, or I show her the white envelope.
She takes the letter and sort of looks at it, and says, "It seems there were 4 more of these sent out this morning. You're gonna have to wait for the other 4 people to get here." You can tell she
Lovely.
hates her job.
Yep, the voice alone gives it away. Yeah, I'll just wait outside the outpost.
Okay. And as the rest of you arrive, you can see Voxel there. Now
Hello
fed.
again?
Now
Hi.
fed and
Yeah, Fizzlecrick's gonna be the last one to arrive. And yeah. Well, I'll ask you what your reactions to seeing this terror of chemical weapons showing up is.
9 cringes but tries to hide it with a smile. Like a cringe
Does
grimace.
Fizzlecrick smell at all?
Yeah, he somehow smells sour and bitter.
He would get prestidigitation as soon as he gets close.
cool. So
Fizzlecrick
as
notices this and prestidigitation to get his old smell back.
as this happens, the doors open once Fizzlecrick arrives. And you see 3 people now, all of whom seem in places of importance. Just based on their garb, they have these long, like, silky reds and purples and royal blues, like these very rich colors, just based in color itself and money to get said colors. And they look upon the 5 of you and say, the one in the middle, who is this darker skinned with beautiful curly brown hair, looks at you and says, "Ah, saviors of Itagend, please walk inside." And they sort of separate for you and gesture the 5 of you inside.
I'm not a savior. Please save that word for people that actually do saving. I'm just a delivery man.
We kind of just killed some trees that were attacking us.
Yes,
I
I
didn't
am
think
the
much
great
about
and
that.
humble savior of this town, wherever we are. I stride right in with absolute confidence.
Okay. As you
I
all
will follow very confused.
As you all walk in, they sort of gesture you up several flights of stairs, down a couple of hallways. If you weren't on edge and kind of confused, you wouldn't, or like just worried, you wouldn't remember your way out, but keep it, like, just remembering, trying to get your bearings. It's pretty easy. And they sit down as sort of 1 chair becomes 3, and then 3 chairs becomes 5.
Like they multiply?
Seemingly,
Or-
yes.
Oh, like cells.
And they sit down in this sort of circular room. It's a stony tile with a fireplace on the 2nd floor, which is really weird. That seems to not be burning currently, as well as several different bookshelves and a desk and a quill and a bunch of odd bits and bobbins that seem to just be like doing their own thing, whether it be like spinning or making noise or creating smoke. They all have some sort of sensory effect that's happening at this time.
Fizzlecrick is endlessly fascinated by this, doesn't sit down in favor of examining all of these.
I'm
Don't-
also pretty fascinated, but I'll look with my eyes, not my hands.
Don't touch those. We, the 3 of us, would like to extend our appreciation for defending Idegend the way you did.
Are you like the mayor?
You could say that. We are more diplomats in the sense of Idegend. We report to the mass of Kryel, and I guess mayor could be a fitting term.
I look over at Nine looks over at Rex because Rex seems to be kind of, bad liar. Obviously knows stuff about the city. Tries to clock his reaction to them calling themselves mayors.
Rex at this point is doing his best to avoid eye contact and draw as little attention to himself as possible.
9 tries to make eye contact.
I also suppose we've been terribly rude. I am Luca, the brown-haired male gestures to himself. And this, he gestures to the man on his right, is Jeremiah, and this, he gestures to the female on his left, is Lana.
I'm sorry, out of character. Could you say those names again so I can write them down?
Luca,
Yeah.
Luca. I'll just
OCA.
Jeremiah, Jeremiah, and then Lana, Lana.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
So Lana
yeah.
was a darker skinned woman with curly hair.
That was
Luca.
Luca. Luca was the darker skinned male with curly hair.
Male.
And
Sorry,
you-
I thought you said woman.
You are A-okay. The door woman who was very pissed with her job might have gotten you confused. It is fine. You don't have physical descriptions for Jeremiah or Lana yet.
In response to them introducing themselves, Fizzlecrick does an oddly dramatic and formal bow. I am Fizzlecrick. Fizzlecrick the Great and Mighty. Genius alchemist and savior of whatever this place is, apparently.
Well, Fizzlecrick, again, thank you for your help. We would like to award each of you a hefty sum for your protection last night.
Oh.
And they sort of 5 small cloth pouches seem to levitate their way to you, and being held in the air, they seem quite heavy.
Yeah, Fizzlecrick grabs his and looks inside.
To anyone that looks inside, it appears as if there is 25 gold pieces each.
Oh my goodness. I mean, we really didn't do all that, did we?
You did a lot, ma'am, and so did Rex and Voxel. I think it was.
I don't know what you're talking about. I didn't do anything. I was just there. I happened to see what you all did.
And then you also had a shadow clone and sliced things.
Yes, you did have a shadow clone. It was very impressive.
It is.
Even I can't make
looks very
smoke machines that accurate.
I'm just picturing Rex making the doing the motion with the hand across the neck, stop.
Exactly. He is
I look towards
shushing. He is trying to get them to stop in any way, shape, or form.
I look at the mirrors. I'm like, he's been trying to not accept that he's done good last night. I don't know why.
I think he's just modest.
Maybe.
I think he also started a big fire and
No, that was you.
made some foul-smelly smoke in the
That was
campsite.
also you. And you also threatened to fill a room full of people with poisonous gas.
Semantics.
That's what you said, and that's what you wanted to do, I'm pretty sure.
As I said, semantics. Now,
Alright.
where could I acquire alchemical ingredients in this town? I wish to spend this money, and soon.
Before we give you directions to an alchemist's supplies shop, which I'm beginning to regret, we have a proposition for you.
Under his breath, sitting next to Cass, Rex goes, "See, this is exactly what I was telling you."
We have a few tasks that need to be done, and we were going to offer them to you 5 to do, as we trust 4 of you.
Wow, that must really suck for you. For you, shadow weirdo.
You are more than welcome to accept these tasks or not. We just ask that once you accept them, you do not stop these tasks, as they are quite important to us.
I mean, I would like to know what the task is before I agree to it.
Of course. We have a few... Well, I should say one. We have some of our library that has gone missing. It was a book of spells that were deemed too dangerous or too difficult to cast, and was sealed away, but it has been stolen from our possession. We would appreciate it if you could get that book back.
You don't think that's what caused the trees at all, do you?
It is quite unlikely. This is a hijinks at best. I think it is possible spell gone wrong.
Do you guys know anything about the trees?
They seem to have just been awakened trees that were aggravated in some sense, maybe given a command to attack.
I just thought, if it was done by magic and you're missing a magic book, then maybe that's a place to start looking.
It is possible, but
If you don't think it's related.
Anything is possible. We just cannot leave our posts currently. We have been trying to find some group capable enough, but it seems difficult.
All right. I'm more than willing to help. But if I'm assisting with these tasks, I'll need you to find somebody to fill all of the tasks that I normally do.
I'm sure there are plenty of monkeys in this village. Do not worry.
That can be sorted. I would like to let you all know as well that you will be properly compensated for your time and effort.
All right. Well, I mean, I'm certainly down to help.
I'm willing to help too. If it's too rude to ask, I'm sorry, but what level of compensation are we talking about?
Upon retrieval of the book, platinum. Upon information on the book, gold.
Well, you got me.
You had me at dangerous spells.
I don't know if I'm very comfortable working with this fella, this little man. Is there like a separate task at all?
Unfortunately, we are asking the 5 of you to get this taken care of.
Alright.
Would the mystery potion help? I don't know what it'll do, but it'll probably be positive. I say, pulling out a potion bottle that has several centipedes floating in it.
I'm going to wide-eyed make eye contact with Nine, like,
I probably like fall out of my chair a little bit.
Please put that away.
Well, for me, then.
So, do you accept our proposition?
Yeah, I think I could do that.
This is Luca talking, right?
Yes, this is Luca talking.
Are the other
Lana
two just not
and
talking yet?
Jeremiah seem to have been nodding in agreement, but haven't really said anything this entire time.
Interesting. I say, yes, sir. I'm more than happy to help out.
For those of you willing to help out, it seems the person who has stolen the book absconded away from Itagend and has gone to the east. We lost their trail just outside of Itagend, but they were heading directly east then. So, that might be your best place to start. And any supplies you may need for your excursion, ask us, and we will provide what we can.
One more question.
Yes.
Is there any chance I could be paid for this next task in fireworks?
No.
I was gonna say the other four nodding heads vigorously no. The background.
Thank God.
Understandable. Have a nice day.
And with that, that is where we are going to end tonight's session.
Dang.
Yeah, D&D.
Oh, it feels so nice to play again.
Yeah.
I'm going to go do my outro.
All right.
All right.
Thank you all for hanging out tonight. It was very, very wonderful. These were 5 of the 6 players. Like I said, Blue, it was out. They are going to be a paladin. I really hope you all enjoyed the characters that you got to see tonight. And we wish you all a wonderful, well, I say tonight because that's when we're recording it. I don't know when this is going to go on YouTube. And we will see you next time for our nerdy little group of Dungeons & Dragons.